Who would win the might of a Roman legion versus a berserk Viking army? Well, in today's battle, we will hopefully find out. Hey, how's it going? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome to the Battle of Hadrian's Wall. Today we're going to be using the Lost Roman Legion mob that goes ahead and adds in some really cool Roman units into Thrones of Britannia. As you can see, these guys look really goddamn awesome in the Thrones of Britannia. Besides their Byakugan eyes, which obviously look a bit stupid, but if we just ignore that, look at them like this, you can't even tell. It's absolutely fine. But yes, in today we're going to be using the Lost Roman Legion mod, add these guys into custom battles and potentially into campaign in the future, which would be kind of cool. The players like the Lost Ninth, you know, in coming down in the north, reconquering the British Isles. I think that'd be pretty goddamn cool. So yeah, they're going to be making their appearance today, and they do have, you know, roughly 3,500 men, so not quite a full legion. But I wanted to do a kind of what-if battle, you know? What would happen? What do you guys think would happen between a Roman legion and a Viking army? I don't want to say like the empires, you know, who would win between like the Viking Empire at its peak and the Roman Empire at its peak, because obviously Rome would win. The manpower alone would wipe the floor with the Vikings, let alone anything else. But just, you know, one Roman legion up against, you know, one Viking army, you know, Viking Horde or whatever you want to call it. Who would win? And today's battle hopefully will show a little bit, obviously this is just for fun and stuff, but hopefully will show a little bit of, you know, what it is all about. So yes, we have a Roman army ready to set up on the front line. We have these cohorts who are going to be holding the front line. They can form multiple formations, showing their discipline. I think they can form shield wall, they can form combat, as well as a test judo, which we'll be seeing hopefully all three of them. We also have some of the Sagittarii, I think is what they're called, the auxiliary archers from Syria. I believe they're from Syria. These guys are going to be acting as a missile force, and again, you know, the model looks great in Thrones of Britannia. It really does. We also have the Legatus back here, the Roman general. You know, he did not die in the ambush or whatever accompanied him in his trip beyond Hadrian's Wall. Also, we're actually on the Hadrian's Wall map, and this is absolutely pathetic for a Hadrian's Wall map. The map is called Hadrian's Wall, and this is all it is. I know Hadrian's Wall isn't in the best condition at this time period, but come on. Like, this is just a joke. Like, I love Thrones of Britannia. Thrones of Britannia is a great game. It tried to do a lot of really good things. But this right here, nah, I'm just not. Like, how can you call this a map called Hadrian's Wall with that? That's the map. I think it also has, it also has something a bit up here as well, but yeah, it's I don't even want to get onto it. Whenever we take a look at the Viking army, which is coming up here, the great heathen army, on their front line, they have some of these spearmen. Very fierce warriors ready to fight and die. Behind them, we do have some of the mailed archers, so very decent. Because I think that's will be one of the interesting things about this matchup is like the different types of armor. Obviously, these guys, I know the late Romans did start to use more mail equipment, but it'd be very interesting to see, you know, how much the technology has come along, you know, with these more round shields rather than the scutum is the Roman shield. You know, how that really does it, how the weapons change as well, because I imagine, you know, the weaponry's got a lot more efficient. But anyway, we do have obviously these amazing male Huskars back here, very brutal warriors, going to be, you know, great at breaking through the Roman armor for sure. Then behind them we do have some of the basic swordsmen, nothing too crazy, they'll do their job. And then we have the elite infantry back here, very scary. I mean, that's pretty goddamn intimidating right there. And then finally we have the male spearmen back there with a couple units of cavalry, but obviously the Norse cavalry isn't going to stand up against the Roman cavalry, as, you know, they're going to be a lot stronger indeed. Right here, these guys are going to be taking them down. So without further ado, let's just go and jump onto normal speed and get this battle started. Also, look at this legionary first cohort right here. I mean, that's just scary in itself. 400 men holding the 9th eagle high. I mean, what's not to love right there? Very cool. So here we go. The Roman army is going to be pushing up to begin this battle. They're going to go ahead and just basically try and take the enemy on at the side, forcing the Viking army to rotate around and face up against the Roman line. However, they are going to be unleashing their first couple volleys of arrows into the cohorts and taking down a few Romans here and there. You can see a couple Romans do drop from this arrow fire as they do go ahead and get closer. Also, look how awesome this shield wall looks as well, you know. Because it's not like these armies weren't disciplined either, you know, it's not like, because when you think of like Vikings and stuff, you do think of like ferocious, you know, unwielding warriors who don't really have discipline, but you know, they formed, you know, pretty impenetrable shield walls, and the Romans are quite known for their shield walls as well, as we do get the first peeler volleys right here, and the Viking charging. So it's like, who would win between these, you know, these formations as well, the tight Roman shield wall or the Viking shield wall? You know, what was more effective? And do obviously let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. You can see the fighting going on pretty heavily. Does look like the Roman cavalry managed to claim victory over on that left-hand side. And let's just spend a little bit of time on slow-mo, as I think this initial unit of infantry got slaughtered by the peeler throws, just dismantling, and they're getting hammered as they run away. I think the legionary first cohort back there. Yeah, you can see the eagle throwing their peeler right there. I think that looks awesome. Look at that. Oh, an entire Roman eagle first cohort just demolishing anything in their path. It looks like they've actually done a bit of friendly fire here as well. Probably not the best, but a few of these brave Vikings are doing good. And we also have some berserkers charging in as well. Probably not the best thing to do when you're coming up against, you know, missile-throwing Romans. But hey, I'll give the Vikings that. You know, they've got a lot of heart. And now we get into the main crunch of the combat as both sides fight hard. The Viking wielding that huge shield, and the Romans with that, you know, more long shield covering their bodies. And this is something hopefully we'll end up seeing in Total War Arena, which is the Total War free-to-play game at some point. You know, having Vikings going up against Romans, that's kind of what the hope for that game is. That Deadliest Warriors vibe. But I would love, you know, more mods like this that add in different time periods into, you know, one another. So you can actually have, you know, a Macedonian phalanx going up against, I don't know, a Viking line, or, you know, a Chinese, you know, warrior band, or, you know, just anything that gives you a bit more flavor. I think would be really cool. Putting all these factions from around the globe and around history all against one another. I always personally think that's really, really cool. So if we take a look at a little glimpse of the outer battlefield, we can see that the forces themselves, basically the entire shield wall, has clashed. And even though the Romans are outnumbered, they are definitely proving their quality here, beating back the Viking front line, that's for sure. However, we're going to be getting a lot more of these Huskels throwing in, even though they are taking a bit of damage from these goddamn amazing throwers right here. Jesus Christ, that's a long throw. That's a very, very long throw, and they're still managing to get, you know, the damage in there to pierce the armor. Not bad whatsoever. That's actually insane. Let's go back onto normal speed now. Continue on this fight. Does look like the Viking line is starting to thin out, though, here in the tall grass, as more reinforcements are brought in, and some of these, you know, less trained infantry are going to be breaking. We're actually going to be seeing the shield wall starting to crumble for the Vikings, at least their front line. Obviously, they have these Huskels here, which are doing a pretty good job. Can probably even see how many kills they're on right now. 41 kills, and they've lost like 10 men. That's not bad. That's like exactly the type of unit designed to break these Romans. You know, with these long axes, they can basically rip away the Roman shield. And I think that's what they were quite known for with these axes, were ripping away the shield walls. And you know, just dismantling them. So that's obviously a very, very valuable tool to have in your arsenal. And I imagine the Vikings as well, you know, have a lot of knowledge about fighting against, you know, shield walls and, you know, formed infantry. Oh, that guy, oh my god, that was just brutal right there. The blood and gore coming in big. And there we go, the secondary line for the Vikings has now formed up. They're going to be in their shield wall, preparing to receive the assault if the Romans break through this front line. That looks very, very cool right there. One of the things as well I dislike about Thrones of Britannia is like the main feel of the combat, as we can see the Romans in their form combat right here. The main, you know, kind of feel of the era. Whoa, that was awesome right there. He just threw him over a shield. And just killed another dude. This dude is crazy. Pillow back in formation. And again. Oh, and he goes down. Pillow, no. More reinforcements being thrown up though. But yeah, as we were saying, like the main feel of this era of combat is this right here. It's a shield wall. And it's so sad that it breaks apart as soon as, you know, anything charges into it. It really does kill the vibe. You know, right here, this was in shield wall, and now it's no longer in shield wall. It's just like a normal brawl. And I feel like that just completely kills the entire vibe of the campaign. I know, especially of these battles. I'm personally not a fan of that either. You know, I feel like Thrones of Britannia did so many things right, but it just didn't have the fundamentals. It tried to, I think it tried to, I don't know. Like, it's like there's so many good things about Thrones of Britannia. And I think in time, with the patches and stuff, and the mods that will come out for Thrones of Britannia, it'll be really good. But unfortunately, there just wasn't, you know, it wasn't there from the start. And I think that really hurt it. Because literally, when I was playing this game as well, there was one other Thrones of Britannia multiplayer game as well on, which is pretty bad. But anyway, the Romans have cleared out this right-hand side, and you can see the Viking line starting to curve in a little bit. Both sides going at it toe-to-toe. The balance of power is actually pretty even, number-wise at least. However, I think the Roman superiority right now is just proving its worth, the quality in their men, and that legionary first cohort is yet to really dive into battle. It's just so goddamn scary. It really, really is. We're getting any cavalry in? Oh yeah, we do. We have a unit of cavalry right here. Can we get on board with them? We can indeed. Being led forward, actually, well, what we won't, we'll just zoom in right here because I feel like the insert camera isn't great. And here we go, the Roman diamond formation just charges in, breaking through the battle line and supporting these auxiliary spearmen who are fighting away against the enemy berserkers, which are obviously extremely scary. Yeah, you can see these guys doing a very, very good job right there. The troops are routing, apparently. The Roman line has completely descended. Even the general cavalry now going in to help try and kill some of these male Huskers. Oh my god, yeah, they did good. 177 kills, not bad. Unfortunately, they're probably going to meet their match as they come up against the Legatus. You know, mounted horse is always going to be very, very effective. Even though, I wonder if the mounted horse, you know, if their weapons would be enough to break the armor, like the chainmail and stuff. It'd be very hard when they've got full body chainmail. Oh my god, the legionary first cohort raising the eagle high. That is so cool. I imagine they're forming up here and getting ready to charge in, or are the Vikings going to charge in themselves? Oh, that looks so cool. Hold the line. That looks so epic. You see the legionary first. Oh, that's just awesome. Hold that eagle high, men. I mean, look at that. Oh my god. So awesome. I wanted to put it up high again. Hold the eagle high, god damn it. There we go. That's exactly what we want to see. It'd be nice if he would keep it higher more often. But yeah, let's take a look, another little overlook of the battlefield as we've done quite a few screens. It does like the Roman battle line is just closing in on the Vikings, and it's looking like the Romans are going to take this one. They've even got some cavalry out here, or is this infantry? Oh no, it's infantry out here. Yeah, even some infantry just picking away these, you know, routing units. Oh my god, poor dude. There's one axeman and the entire Roman, you know, cohort is just chasing him down. What a poor, poor dude. I think he's light enough to get away, though. He will flee and tell of the horrors of the 9th. The battle is turning in our favor. Yeah, I think the battle is very much won by the Romans. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think a Viking, you know, a Viking army would be able to take on a Roman legion? Because I feel like, I think I said this earlier, but I feel like if you were to obviously take into the account, you know, the manpower of the Romans and, you know, maybe they could just send legion after legion, you know, the Vikings wouldn't stand a chance. But, you know, just a segregated, you know, 1v1. Also, the numbers as well at this time period were a lot smaller, you know. You'd have, like, 1,000 men in the big battles and stuff. Whereas, you know, obviously, you think how many Romans lost their life? Something ridiculous, like 20% of the Roman population was like died in that battle, you know, it's crazy. No, that's way too much, but it's something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. Something ridiculous. And they just popped out some more legions. Very, very fertile Romans, all the lead. But anyway, we'll watch the last stand of the Vikings. as they try and take down as many more Romans as they can. Because it's not like, I guess, in this scenario, where the lost Roman, the ninth, has kind of come back hundreds of years later. These are all their sons. They like kind of made a colony in the Highlands or something. You know, it's not like they really have they don't have an empire or anything to replenish this, so the Vikings could just get some more men, you know. There we have it. The battle is going to be over. A few more cavalry charges over here, flying into the rear of these Vikings. The Romans are cheering for victory. Caesar! Charging down the fleeing men. They do not want anyone to come back. And I think there's just a couple, a handful. No, there's just one unit left remaining right here. 27 brave Vikings. What are these, berserkers? Yeah, I was going to say, what else would it be besides the berserkers? They're completely surrounded, being taken down one by one until no one remains. How many are left? Only one man left, and he lasts for 20 seconds. Wow. We need to watch this man's death. Where is he? Right here. How is he still alive? The Spaffers must be cutting him down, surely. There he is. The man has been dead. The Romans give out one glorious cheer. Victory! The enemy is broken. Death and dishonor are theirs today, but only by a single sword stroke. Yeah, it was very close. The Vikings almost took it. I think overall the units in this Rome mod are just really strong. Like, really strong, so that's why they did. I mean, look at that. This one cohort got 400 kills. This other one got over 400. The Legionary first cohort got 270 and barely lost anyone. Whereas on the Viking side, not that many people got a lot of kills. You know, got a few berserkers over 100, but that seems to be about it. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know who you think would win in a fight, whether it would be a Roman Legion or a Viking army. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.